And in this video tutorial, I'm going to take you through a quick step on how you can trade your favorite coin or any other coin you've analyzed probably from the market and you would want to trade it on one shot, or else you just want to trade the coins that has been dropped as a signal in the respective groups. So I'm going to show you the quick step on how you can set it up and trade it. Yeah, so the first step is to actually open your royalq application. So you go and open your royalq application, and then you come and tap on this part on the profession, I mean on the quantitative down here. So when you tap on the quantitative, you'll be presented, you'll come to this page. Now, what you must also know is that royalq has grouped all the coins you can trade using this royalq robot into two. There is one group of coin placed under the general list, then the other group of coin placed under the professional edition or the professional list. Yeah, so those are the two areas you can find this coin. So if a signal is sent, for example, in the group on a given coin, and you want to trade that particular coin, what you're going to do is you will come in this search area. So first, you'll tap either on the general list and search and write the abbreviation of that particular coin. And in case it doesn't appear, then you'll shift to the professional list, and then you still write the very same name of that particular coin that has been dropped, I mean, in the signal as a, or that has been dropped as a signal. Yeah, so that is what you do. So we're going to begin with, we're going to take an example of Dogecoin, which is one of the coin that has been dropped as a signal in the group, to just demonstrate this on how you can trade it on one shot. So I'm going to go to my group. Yeah, and so I'm going to take this as an example, right? Let me take this one. Could take, let me take YFI as an example of the signal I want to use. And I'm going to take this other first signal, right? So I'll come here, all right? And then since I'm already on the general list, I'm going to type here YFII. All right, so let me type YFII, and here it is. So I will tap on YFII, and then the next thing you're going to do, you're going to come to, you will tap on the trade settings here. All right, so let's tap on that. Then you'll come to this area where you are required to make adjustment based on what is on the signal. Yeah, so the first thing is you're going to determine how much you want to use, in this particular coin, or how much you want the robot to use in this particular coin. So you're going to make this adjustment. You'll change the figure from 15 to your preferred amount. Yeah, if for example you want to use $100, or you want the robot to use $100 to enter this particular trade or to put on this particular trade, you'll change this 15 to 100. So let's assume that I want to use $100. So I'll tap on that area and I change this to 100, right? Then the margin call limit. Now the margin call limit here, you can put it depending on how many times you want the robot to buy. But most of the times in the signal I drop normally, I give consideration for only one margin call, right? Yeah, so if we are going to go by the signal that I dropped in the group, I'll go and check. I'll just first of all put this, I'll change this to 1, right, instead of 4 first. So I'll change this to 1, right? And then after changing that to 1, I'll go and check on what the take profit percentage is, all right? All right, so I'm gonna go on the group, come and check on this part, so that as they're telling me to use this as my entry price. 1,338 as the entry price. And I was tasked, or I was, the recommendation is I am supposed to take between 2 to 5% as profit, and I am supposed to set my margin call drop for the other first call, which I have given consideration on, to be only 1%. And the strategy is one shot, right? So let me go and make this adjustment. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to set my take profit percentage here. I'll adjust it to, for example, 2%. I want to take 2% from the market, right? Then I'll go and set my margin call drop by simply coming here on the margin call, margin configuration. So when you tap on margin configuration, I will change this figure from 3 to 1% because the signal is telling me that my margin call drop should be 1%. All right, so I'll change this to 1. And then on the number of times I want the robot to buy, it will be at will still. Remember, my first buy-in amount is $100, meaning I want the robot to pick my $100 and buy with this coin once the price drops to 1,338 as it is in the signal, right? If you can check here, this is it. This is what I'm talking about. My entry price is 1,338. So what I want to do is I want my robot to pick $100 to buy this coin once the price drops to 1,338, right? Then once the price, instead of rising after my robot buying, goes down or dips by 1%, I want my robot to buy again. But the number of times I want my robot to buy is what I don't know. So it's where you're going to specify here. If you come back here, is where you're going to specify how many times you want your robot to buy once the market dips by 1% after the robot entering the market. If the market dips by 1%, you are supposed to specify how many times you want the robot to buy, so that when the robot is now buying, it will pick the other $100 and then it will multiply by or with the figure that has been presented here, right? So I hope that is clear. So Shum, I want it to buy 2 times. So what is the implication of this? It means that my robot is going to pick the $100, which is my first buying amount, okay, and doubles it, multiplies by 2, just in case the market drops by 1% after having entered the market. Once the market drops by 1%, my robot is going to pick my $100 again, multiply it by 2. So meaning in total, in this first call, my robot is going to use a total of 200. Now, $200 plus the initial buy, which is 100, that the robot used initially when it was entering the market, the totals up to $300. So meaning the total amount that is going to be used for this coin as I'm trading it will be $300. All right, so if that is okay, you then confirm. You just tap here and confirm. All right. Good. So confirm. Then we come back and check if all is set based on what is in the signal. They told us to set our take profit at 2. This one is at wish. Our margin call drop, our margin call limit is 1 because we were given provision for the margin call drop for only 1 call. Then this one we leave the way it is, 0.5 as a margin the buy-in callback. Then the strategy period is what we're going to change from cycle to one shot, because here the strategy is talking about one shot. They're telling us to use the one shot trading strategy, if you can see here. See that? The strategy is one shot. So we shall keep it at, we shall just simply tap here and to change to one shot. So I'll tap there and just change to one shot. Now the other thing that you also need to do is this, the whole position take profit callback. Now if you exactly want to take only 2% without it being affected, right, then you will keep this at 0. But if you want to leave it open to give a possibility of the market moving beyond 2% before it begins dropping, yeah, you can set it either 0.1, 0.2, or leave it at the default form, which is 0.3. That is at will, right? But for me, I prefer keeping this at 0 because I want the market to move up or the value to rise by 2%, and my robot should be in position to sell it exactly at 2% without giving room for any drop. And in case the market goes beyond 2%, that is none of my business. Whoever will take that percentage can take. But for me, I want exactly any rise by 2%. My robot should be in position to to sell my coin and give me the profit of 2% of the $300 that the robot would have used, just in case it uses the $300 entirely. All right, then after, if all is okay, then you just tap on this, you tap on save, right? And then you confirm. And your settings, the settings will be captured in that coin. Now, the next thing you're supposed to do is to go and check for the entry price, because the entry price, you will come and put it here, right? You're going to enter it here. Yeah. So our current price of this coin in the market is 1,331. But in the signal, it is talking about it is 1,300. It is 1,338. Now, meaning this price is higher than the current price. But most of the times, once a signal is dropped, normally the entry price is lower than the current price. But just for but this is a signal that was sent earlier. It was sent so early, right? It was in the morning, very early in the morning, around 4 a.m. East African time. So that means that this market has already moved. It has already taken up. For those who entered this signal, the robot already bought and they're out. They have taken their 2 to 5% profit. Yeah. Yeah, but normally the entry price is lower than the current price. So let's assume instead of using 1,338, let's assume that the entry price was 1,329. All right, just for example purpose, I'll come back here and enter that very price here, the entry price or the price at which I want the robot to make a buy or to enter the market. So I'll tap simply there and I'll put the price as 1,329. And then I confirm. Now, once I've confirmed, the entry price will be captured here, right? Currently, this is the price, but I want to enter at a lower price so that I am able to profit once the market begins moving upwards. And if it moves by 2%, I'll be in position to take my 2% from the market. So if that is set, then we just start our robot. You'll just start your robot there. Tap on start. Yeah. So tap on start. And okay. It's showing that there's insufficient gas fee, so I can't start the strategy. But if I had the gas fee there, sufficient gas fee, which is more than $2, what will happen if I tap on start, right? If I tap on start, the robot will be in a waiting mode, right? The coin will entirely appear green, just waiting to take action, right? So that once the price now drops from the current price, yeah, to my price, which I have set, or the price at which I want the robot to take action, the robot is going to buy immediately, all right? So that is how you enter. That's how you set and trade a coin that has been dropped in the group or a signal that has been dropped in the group. So I hope this was helpful, and yeah, see you in the next video. And in case of any problem, or in case you have challenges in going about this, please, you can always chat me up so that I can help you better. Thanks. It has been Coach Musa.